The NBA Gambling Podcast on the Sports Gambling Podcast Network is brought to you by the SGPN app. Get all of our free picks and podcasts in one convenient app. Download the SGPN app today. Yes, sir. We are back with another edition of the NBA Gambling Podcast on the Sports Gambling Podcast Network. No, me, you know the voice, no the guys, me, really Ralph, and then Terrell Furman Jr. here at your service. A lot of hoops going on. We're on to the conference semis. If you're looking for the breakdown of today's games, because this is an early start time right now, you need to go back to yesterday's episode. You'll hear the 76ers, Knicks, Timberwolves, Spurs series preview breakdown. Shout out to Lonte. Shout out to Scott getting that done. Thank you. But today, we're talking about Tuesday games. We're talking about the Cavaliers and the Pistons. We're talking about the Lakers and the Thunder series props and game one preview coming up. Got my man Lonte Smith with me. Lonte, what's going on?
Not much, man. Doing good. On to round two. Hopefully, we get as much intrigue and game sevens as we did game one. So, yeah, I'm looking forward to it.
Yeah, 3 game sevens all coming out of the Eastern Conference in that first round here. So very, very competitive basketball. We've got to cover it all, talk about it all. Looking forward to breaking down it all. But first, got to remind everybody that if you're not already subscribed to us, the NBA Gambling Podcast, make sure you are. Make sure you are subscribed. Make sure you're leaving a comment. Make sure you're reviewing. Make sure you're doing all of that. Stay locked in with us over here at the NBA Gambling Podcast. All right. First game tips off at 7 p.m. tomorrow, Lonte. It's going to be the Cavs on the road playing the Pistons. This series price for this series has the Detroit Pistons, who were the 1 seed coming into the playoffs, as a short $1.25 favorite, minus 125 for the Pistons. On the money line for the series, Cavs are plus 105. Series spread. You can play around with the numbers. You can get Detroit for plus 180, minus 1.5 games. You can get Cleveland for minus 1.5 games, plus 165. That's actually interesting. You're getting a better price on Detroit, on Cleveland to win. Yeah, on Cleveland laying 1.5 games than you are on Detroit, and Detroit's the 1 seed. Interesting there. So play around with that. Total games, they are expecting this to be a long series, laying minus 190 for over 5.5 games, plus 155 for the under 5.5 games here. Lonte, I will kick it over to you. The books are expecting this to be a more competitive series than people would have thought entering the playoffs, but you go to 7 with the Orlando Magic, and you're going to start to have some doubts about the 1 seed here. So what do you like here in this series with Detroit versus the Cleveland Cavaliers?
Yeah, I think it's a very intriguing series. Both teams off game 7, so it's not like the Knicks and 76ers series where one team has been rested. Both of these teams went through gauntlets. The issue that I kind of have with the price, I wanted to get a little bit. I thought I was going to get a little bit better on Detroit, to be honest. I thought Detroit would be the slight dog because of the power ratings, but I guess once you factor in what went down in the Raptors series, I think they're rightfully the favorite. It's just that they just the Cavs are just such frustrating to watch, frustrating to bet. They got it done last night, but it took a collapse by the Raptors in the third quarter. I mean, the Raptors were pretty much handling them in the first half and then kind of let go. They couldn't make a shot. But this is an intriguing series. Detroit's going to have to be physical with them. I think Toronto showed them the blueprint for that. Toronto just didn't have the size. We saw Jared Allen dominate in that third quarter. He actually dominated in the whole game. Mobley was in foul trouble, but he had his way on the interior as well. Not sure they're going to be able to do that against Detroit. Detroit's a physical team. The issue is going to be with Detroit, as it always is can anybody step up outside of Cade, to be more consistent. Tobias Harris was that. I think he averaged 20 plus over the last 4 games of the series. He was phenomenal. Duncan Robinson's kind of hit or miss, and he's going to be one of the X factors in the series because he has to be on the court to make shots. But the game are going to, the Cavs are going to hunt him like consistently. So he has to be able to make shots to be able to counter what the Cavs have to do. Um, Honestly, I think I think this series goes 7. I think the home team wins. Detroit. This is how I broke it down. If I can pick one team to win a road game, it would be the Pistons. I don't trust the Cavs to win, as they showed. They didn't win a road game at all against Toronto. The Pistons, I have in to win a road game, and so if they can just take care of business at home, which to be fair, they haven't been as dominant at home as they were in the regular season. With Orlando still in that game, so that's what I came up with, which is the Pistons in 7. I would even I would even maybe sprinkle something on 6 just because I trust the Pistons to kind of get one of game, 3 or 4 on the road.
I have zero faith in the Cavaliers whatsoever. I think that we are being gifted minus 125, if I'm being honest. One, the Cleveland Cavaliers in that last series showed me because I don't want everybody to get things misconstrued. The Raptors are not a good team. Were not a good team. I don't think that they were anything amazing. I think they played up. Cleveland allowed them to stay in that series. You made a very good point about them not winning a game on the road. And a team that they should have dominated because of the size that they had pretty much pushed them around throughout the entire series. Even in some of the games that they won, they were pushing them around. And so you're expecting me to believe that that Cleveland team that got pushed around by the itty bitty Toronto Raptors is supposed to play this bad boys Pistons resurrected 2026 team that just went to war, that's licking their chops because they just went to war with an incredible defensive team. I want to add, the Cleveland Cavaliers are nowhere near as physical and as strong defensively as the Orlando Magic. I think maybe Jared Allen and Evan Mobley on the inside, but you're telling me that the guard play and Donovan Mitchell and James Harden is doing anything to slow down Cade Cunningham and whatever host of guards that Detroit, you know, chooses to employ in this game, in this series. I don't think so. I think it's going to be a monster series for Cade Cunningham. I think the battle between the bigs is interesting, but I just think that I can see Cleveland shrinking. We've seen Evan Mobley shrink in moments, and you can't be able to do that. Now we'll see what happens with Isaiah Stewart. He had a little bit of a rough series towards that last series, but Orlando was pushing them around. I just don't see this Cleveland team defensively pushing them around like Orlando was. I think the shots are going to come a lot easier. They're going to be like, get into this series and say, hey, wait, scoring offense is a lot easier on everybody not named Cade Cunningham, Tobias Harris, playing against the Cleveland Cavaliers than it was the Orlando Magic. And so, honestly, I don't think Cleveland stands a chance. Now, one, Bickerstaff, we're still very questionable about you in the playoffs, sir. This is a very good revenge opportunity for you, but I'm going to be honest, Bickerstaff. I'm very questionable about you in the playoffs, sir. Every series, it has not been anything that I wanted to be like, oh, wow, that was a greatly coached Bickerstaff series. As much as I am a fan, questionable about you in the playoffs. So you are already a question mark there. You could lose them a game there. Just the sheer fact that this team is green in the playoffs for the most part could lose them a game here or there. So am I going to say that they're going to go out and run away with this thing? Probably not. It's not going to be like 5-4, nothing like that. But at the end of the day, I feel very confident in saying that Cleveland's not going to move on in the series. I feel very confident in saying that.
Yeah.
Am I tripping? Like, I just does Cleveland look anything of the level like they're going to achieve the same things defensively that Orlando and Detroit was able to put up in that last series? If you can't play to that level defensively, I have to assume that this Pistons team that was playing pretty well offensively with Cade Cunningham at the helm all season, Jalen Duren was a force all season. If you're not able to slow him down, I don't know, Lonte. I think it's gonna be rough for him. I really do.
Yeah, one of the issues that I think I have on the Detroit side is I think if you take the Cavs like 4, 5, 6, 7, their players are I think significantly better than the Pistons 4, 5, 6, and 7. Outside of when you take out Cade, Duren, even if you want to throw in Tobias, how well he's been playing, you know what I mean. I think when you get to the Duncan Robinson, Dennis Jenkins, what's my guy's name? Karis LeVert. Like when you get to those guys, I think Sam Merrill, Max Strus, Jalen Tyson. Like I think those guys are a little bit more reliable than the Pistons back end of the rotation. And Asar is going to have a big series as well because he's probably going to be tasked with guarding Donovan Mitchell, and I think that's going to be huge. If he has to stay out of foul trouble, Donovan Mitchell's really good at getting guys off their feet, kind of the Dwayne Wade pump fake going on. So, yeah, I think it's going to be a big series for the ancillary pieces. I think that's what's going to win the series. The stars are going to be stars. I mean, Cade is going to be Cade. I really think that the pick and roll between him and Duren is going to be back because you're going to have a traditional big on the floor with Jared Allen. So that means that he's not going to be able to play a lot of drop coverage. He's going to have to be up on the pick and roll because if he's not, then Cade is probably going to just going to kill in the mid range. So they couldn't really do that with Wendell Carter because Wendell Carter is a little bit more versatile than what Jared Allen is. So some give and take there, but yeah, I mean overall, I trust the grit and the defense and the consistency because we know the Pistons offense it's going to be hit or miss sometimes. Cade is going to be Cade. But we can count on, like you said, their defense to always be there for a certain amount of time. Like the games that they lost against the Magic, it was not because of poor defense. And when you look at the Cavs unit, like they have to play well offensively. Their defense is not going to do anything spectacular. You know what I mean? So I think that defense, consistency, the way that they play, I really think that the Pistons are going to have a lot of success with the way they turn defense to offense.
All right. Let's transition that into game 1 here. Laying 3.5 with the Pistons. You talked about the Cavaliers not being able to win a game on the road. That means you're on the Pistons in this one?
Yeah, 100%. I'm on the Pistons. I think that coming back from 3-1, it could be used in different lights, but I'm going to spin it in a positive direction. They rallied together. They particularly, Duncan Robinson missed a ton of threes. Obviously, Cade and Duren were special, and Tobias was good as well. I think he had 30. So I feel like that is a rallying point for them. And the Cavs, they had a big quarter. Outside of that, I mean, they still were letting the Raptors hang around late in that game. I think with like 6-7 minutes to go, they cut it to like 12 or 11 or something like that. So I'm not really comfortable with the Cavs being consistent, especially on the road. We saw what happened on the road with Toronto. Now, Toronto has one of the better home court advantages, but I also think the Pistons have a really good home court advantage as well. Something small that not a lot of people will probably notice or pay attention to, and I think that Bickerstaff, he allowed other people to bring the ball up the court. So he would allow Asar to bring the ball up the court, even sometimes Tobias Harris to bring the ball up the court. Not that they can set up or run any offense, but it's just to get Cade off the ball a little bit more. So he's not having to process so fast, and he's getting like turned and hit every time he dribbling up the court. So it basically just gives him a free reign to be in the half court. They can start their offense a little bit earlier. They even ran some off-ball actions with him as the cutter or coming off the screen. So a lot of different things that I think they can tap into with Cade off the ball a little bit more, and I think that's going to be beneficial whenever you have. I don't even know who they're going to have to defend Cade. You're not gonna put Mitchell on him. Definitely not Harden. Like, I guess you want to maybe go with some size with Evan Mobley, but I really don't know what that matchup looks like. So I agree with you that Cade's going to have a monster game. I think the Pistons bounce back with the defensive effort. I think they win this by a couple possessions.
I'm with you as well on the defensive effort, man. I think that that's going to be the thing that the Cavaliers are going to realize very, very early in the series, that it's going to be a lot tougher scoring on this Pistons defense than it was the Toronto Raptors, especially on the road. I agree with you. I like the Cavaliers team total under in some shape, form, or fashion. For this one, I think the Pistons defense is going to carry them 3.5. I think it's really short, and it's probably, honestly, truly, like, this game might flip the series price like crazy. Like, after this, it might be like minus 250 or no, minus 300 Pistons or something like that, when people realize like the Pistons defense was really, really good this year. And if they can just tap into anything offensively, they can look really, really good in this one. It doesn't mean that they're going to blow them out every single game, but they can just pull away and look really, really fantastic in a game one at home and try to right the wrong of losing that game one at home against the Orlando Magic in that last series. So I'm with you too. I like the Pistons. I like the Pistons laying 3.5 in game one. I like that under 214.5 a lot. I think the Pistons defense is going to have a lot to show in this one, and just slowing down that one. You talk about the James Harden, Evan Mobley, James Harden, Jared Allen connection, forcing him into those turnovers that plagued him in that last series. We talk about Asar Thompson and how good he was that last series. The steals and the blocks were crazy. So, like, if he's able to get out there getting Patson Lane's first turnovers, then that's also going to create offense for the Pistons. Like, I think it's create turnovers on the Cavaliers side of ball, score in transition, tough defense, slow the game down into the half court. Under 214.5 for me, Lonte.
Yeah, I mean, I think you summed it up. I think the Detroit defense is going to be the best unit in the series. I really do. If the Cavs are having issues, kind of getting Donovan Mitchell in a rhythm, which he struggled early on. He had a better second half, but I think he only had what, like 12 in the first half, and he was struggling getting his shot off. He didn't look as explosive as he typically does. So yeah, I think the defense is going to be really, really good on him. They can switch up a lot of bodies on him. I would even expect to see a lot of Ron Holland because he's a more physical, long defender as well. He didn't play much last series, but I think that was due to kind of the physicality of Detroit and not being able to, handle some of the things that Paulo does. But he can guard Mitchell a little bit better than what he would Paulo. So I think we can see a lot more bodies on Mitchell. Slower pace. I mean, I don't think it's going to be any type of pace in this game. My issue is with the free throws, which I think would be totally in favor of the Pistons because of the more aggressive team. They can get to the free throw line, 30, 35 times. I think that spells, keeping the Cavs out of transition and keeping them out of their half court sets, which both teams want to do very well. So I'm going with the under in this as well.
All right. Player props. Anything stick out?
Yeah, you know what? I want to start with the Tobias Harris threes. I think you'll get a lot of looks depending on the coverages that they give Cade. I think they're going to switch it up. Obviously, on good players, you always want to not give them a single dose of something. So I expect some blitzing, a lot more blitzing than usual. They might even switch a little bit as well. If it is Evan Mobley, I don't see them switching a ton whenever it's Jared Allen, but I can see Mobley kind of being switching on to him. So I like that. I want to go with the Asar steals and blocks. I mean, that's just been a cash cow. You want to ladder it up because you can get some plus money on that. He's extremely active, always got his hands in the passing lanes. So I think that's another one that you want to go to. On the opposite side, if you want to go with the Cavs, I think you want to look at somebody like Sam Merrill, Dean Wade, threes, because the Pistons are going to pack the paint, try to stop Donovan Mitchell from getting downhill. And I think that opens up some wide open looks if he can touch the paint or force his way in the paint and kick out to those guys. But I would probably prefer Max Strus just because he's probably the better defender out of all of those guys. So Max Strus threes for me on that side.
Yeah, you just literally took the words out of my mouth right there with Max Strus. I was playing on the Max Strus type of points type of play. Threes, I like that as well. His points at 8.5 plus money. Threes are at what's his threes? 3 pointers made at 1.5. You can get. I like both of those plays. I guess the 1.5 threes is the better play because you just need two of those. But 8.5 points, 9 points. I think he's good for three threes, a couple of layups in the game. Just give them some good offense. And again, the side pieces trying to make it work here because I think that is going to be tough for Donovan Mitchell and James Harden. James Harden turnovers whenever that's available. I'm trying to look and find it now, but whenever that's available, I would like the over on James Harden turnovers. And just that's just the game he plays. And turnovers are going to come with the type of offense that he runs and how they are trying to run it. And then you add the fact that the Pistons are very good at creating turnovers. I will continue to play James Harden over on his turnovers. Cade Cunningham, PRA, think he's going to do it all, have a good game. Maybe honestly just PA. Maybe not even throw the R in there. It's a lot of bigs in this series. Could steal some rebounds. But just a PA play on Cade Cunningham, I think that'd be pretty solid here. Yeah, I think that's about it for me for right now. Interested to see how game one turns out before I lock in too much more. All right. Before we get to the next series to talk about, we have to tell the people about Brocco. We are brought to you by Brocco Sportsbook and Casino. Ton of great ways to get in on the action as they got you covered for all the major sports offerings. Over 100,000 sports markets a month. Over 100,000 sports markets a month. Brocco's available in a ton of states. Wednesdays are for blackjack. Play blackjack on Wednesdays and get 50% of your losses back. Depositing and withdrawing is very easy. Money in, money out, lightning fast. Bank, Apple Pay, even cryptocurrency. So make sure you go check out Brocco, get a free $5, and purchase matchup to $100 at Brocco using promo code SGPN. That's Brocco, BRACCO. Promo code SGPN. We're also brought to you by Kalshi. Real money prediction market legal in a ton of states. Kalshi has a ton of different trading options for you in the NBA, WNBA, MLB. Make sure you go check them out. And new Kalshi customers get $10 when they use that promo code SGPN. That's Kalshi, KALSHI, promo code SGPN. All right. We are here for the next series on the docket. The Los Angeles Lakers are going up against the Oklahoma City Thunder in the conference semis. LeBron has drugged this Lakers team to this point, and it may all be in vain because OKC is a juggernaut. Let's talk about it. We've got the Oklahoma City Thunder, a heavy laying 1,600, 1,600, 1,600 minus 1,600. Oklahoma City Thunder to win this series. Lakers are a 9-1 dog to win the series. Series spread. This might be more interesting for people because I don't know who would want to lay all of that, but you can. Laying 2.5 games minus 290 for Oklahoma City Thunder. Lakers plus 2.5 games plus 220. Whew. All right. Total games, of course, they're thinking this is going to be a short series. Under 5.5 games is minus 275. We're going to have to find ways to get creative in betting this series here to be able to get some value. But very, very, very heavy favorite in the Oklahoma City Thunder. They are basically expected to sweep the series. Lonte, what say you?
Do you have the sweet price? I'm pretty sure it's short too. I'm pretty sure it's like 2-1 or something like that.
Let's find it.
I think it's probably too short anyway.
Let's see here. Keep talking to the people. Why?
Yeah, well, I mean, I really don't. I'm gonna be honest. I don't have a ton. It's not really a lot to break down. I mean, OKC is a horrible matchup for the Lakers. They have been all season long. If you look at the games that even Luka and Austin Reeves both played in, They still demolished them. If you go back to the series where OKC played Dallas, and Dallas had a lot of success, that was OKC's first time through, and I thought they did a really good job on Luka at the end. So it's not like that they were, some kind of like the worst team or whatever the case may be. They were a PJ Washington barrage away from going to the finals again that first year before their title this past year. So I mean, the Lakers just don't have enough athleticism. They don't have enough shooting. Rui's been awesome. Credit to him. LeBron's been great as usual, but I just don't think they have much else there. Chet should be able to control the paint. Hartenstein, a mismatch for Ayton because of his physicality. Now Ayton has been playing good also, but again, I think that's more matchup based than anything, just because of how physical the Rockets were. Sengun is not one of the physical types, whereas Hartenstein is going to be really physical. They got different lineups they can go to. I don't know the status of J Dub. He's kind of been day to day since it happened. So, I mean, even if he doesn't come back, I trust AJ Mitchell, Aaron Wiggins. I trust Cason Wallace, Alex Caruso. Like, they got just too much for the Lakers. I don't know how the Lakers score, to be honest with you. They had issues struggling. They had issues scoring against a Houston defense who is not as good on the perimeter as OKC is. And Lakers, the good thing about the Lakers is they don't turn the ball over, but they don't have a ton of ball handlers. Like, I don't know if LeBron's not going to be on ball duty 24/7. I think they're going to try to get him in the post a little bit more. They won't have to slow the game down a ton, and that's really not to the favor of them because OKC plays slow too. And keep in mind that OKC's doing all of this. They dominated the Suns, and they have not shot the ball well. They won a championship last year, did not shoot the ball well at all. I think they still finished, if you tallied up everybody in the playoffs, all 16 teams, I think they were like 14 or 15 in three-point percentage. Like, and still to right now, they're still not shooting the ball well. So I think they're winning off pure defense, just instincts, turning defense to offense, Shea being Shea. I don't think the Lakers have a chance. Same thing I said about the Timberwolves before I found out that Ant was coming back. Like, if the OKC doesn't win this in 4 or 5, it's a huge disappointment. That's how I'm looking at it. Like, if I was a fan, I'd be like upset if they didn't win this in 4 or 5 games.
And you have to remember what OKC was doing in that run to the finals last year before they got to the finals. I mean, like, we think about the finals, and the finals went to 7 games, but OKC was dusting off everybody in front of them rather easily when they were going on that run. Like, they did not have any issues getting out of the West. And I just have to think that this OKC team is basically the same this year. Yes, no J-Dub out there, but you bring in Jared McCain, and he's going out there. He's playing well. They continue to just next man up. Alex Caruso, Jared McCain, AJ Mitchell, like you said, Wiggins, all those guys, like, they continue to play really, really well for this team. They were Chet. It's matchup nightmares. They don't have anybody that can slow down SGA, I don't think. Chet is very dominant on the inside. Ayton can't slow him down. Hartenstein able to get rebounds, give them that impact that they need. Like, this is just an all-around really good team going up against the Lakers, who, well, they got the Rockets. And so, like, that's about it. Like, they just got to play the Rockets. I didn't think they did anything spectacular. They ran up against a good team, and the best team for them to go against. So I don't think the Lakers have a shot. We talked about what is it for OKC in 4 plus 120. It's not a great price, but like, ultimately, that's how I think this ends. Like, even in what could be a close game, maybe the Lakers force them into one close game. Do you still have faith in the final seconds of the game? SGA, who is a perennial clutch player of the year, did they give it to him? Like, did they?
I think he did win it.
I think he did win it too. So, like, he's number one in clutch points over the course of the season. You're telling me that even if they force OKC into a close game, you still got to go up in SGA in those moments. Like, how many times have we seen over the course of this season, even if the Thunder have not covered a game, they just go from that lean back video game position to sitting forward just like this, lock in, and they win the game. So like I really have a hard time thinking the Lakers are going to get a game here. So I get it's plus 120 and it's like a really bad price for a sweep, but like I can't, I don't know anything else that's going to happen. I think the OKC is going to win every single game. And we're talking about which night do they decide to blow them out and which night do the Lakers decide to make it competitive. All right. That is about that. I mean, anything else? Like, is there any other ways to?
It's no. I don't think it's any. If
Do you
you
think?
like,
Do you think the Lakers get a game?
I don't.
Okay, so you don't think they get a game?
Yeah,
Either.
I don't think so. I think I'll be if if OKC doesn't sweep. I mean, yeah, I don't think they can get one game.
Yeah.
I don't think so. Yeah, I just it's hard. How are they going to score? I mean, Austin Reeves is going. to So you're telling me that you're going from if you're Austin Reeves because Marcus Smart is just he's hit or miss. He played well early on, but you're going from getting guarded by Caruso, Casey Wallace, even some AJ Mitchell, Aaron Wiggins. Like you got so many defenders that can guard him. Like he's gonna be wore out like by game three, and he's still coming off that injury. So they had a little break, but still like they're gonna put him through. So I didn't even mention Lou Dort, who'll probably be on LeBron, but I mean like they just got so many answers to every question that you can think of in this matchup specifically. It's just not an ideal matchup for the Lakers.
All right. Let's talk about game one. OKC's laying 15 and a half, 213 and a half is the total. Yeah, so this season, the OKC beat the Lakers 121 to 92 in November. They beat them 119 to 110. Shout out to the Lakers for losing by 9 in February. They beat them 139 to 96 in April and 123 to 87 also in April. Yeah, I mean, their only hope was if Luka was in the game, giving them about 40. To be honest, for me, that was the only way that I thought that they were going to be able to put up the amount of points that I think they're going to need to be able to put up to slow down OKC. I think OKC is going to run through this team and it's going to be disgusting and it's going to be horrible. And it's going to be what OKC has been doing to basically every Western Conference team in the playoffs for the past 2 years. So give me the Oklahoma City Thunder, laying 15 and a half. This is going to be built off of them playing really good defense. It's going to be built off of them forcing the Lakers into turnovers. And then SGA is just going to go out there and dominate, and they're going to continue to use all of those other role player guys. So, yeah, give me OKC, laying the big number. Very, very easy play here for me.
Yeah, that was pretty simple for me as well. If you want to look early, I think OKC's can come out blitzing. They haven't played in a while. They've had the most rest of anybody, and you could probably say in the series they were resting as well because they were up so big. I think they had one game. It was 1.5 games where Phoenix was like, oh, okay. The defense was kind of, iffy on the road. I think it was game 4. I think they were down like 13 or 14 and they kind of just rattled back. But yeah, I don't see the Lakers having any answers for what the Thunder have on offense or defense. I think the Lakers will try to get to the free throw line. Depending on how the game's officiated, like this could be like 30, 35 point win. If the refs are letting them play, and the Thunder are playing that aggressive defense like they always do, and they're getting away with a lot of that stuff. Yeah, I think they should. I think they probably should win by like 25, 30. So I like OKC minus 15 and a half. Love the under. Team total under for the Lakers. I don't know how they score on this defense.
Yeah, I would team total under it for the Lakers. I'm afraid of OKC running the score up on their end. So flip it, team total under for the Lakers, OKC team total over, something like that. All right, player props.
Yeah, I love Rui, man. He's been shooting the hell out of the ball. If you want to take his threes and ladder those up, I do think that Rui has a decent matchup because of his ability to shoot the ball, and he can also put guys in the post when OKC goes small. So if they go with Chet at the 5, he can also play the 5 as well, or he could play the 4 when Aiton's in there. So I like Rui's points. I mean, it's chalky, but I mean, I don't know if SGA can probably walk into 35 that easy. So
Yeah,
I would go with him as well as his points and Chet's rebounds. I think Chet will be aggressive on the interior. Lakers want to get downhill. I think they were top 3 in rim percentage offense, so they want to get to the rim a lot and attempts at the rim as well. So I can kind of see that as well. I'm going with Chet rebounds, or if you want to go with his blocks, Chet's been really good rim protector. He's able to roam the baseline while Isaiah Hartenstein kind of plays the big man on the perimeter. So yeah, I would look at Chet blocks as well.
I could go into a Reeves underplay. I think with the injury status and not being 100% and playing against that OKC defense, uh, it just screams ugly percentage from the floor. Probably if he gets there, is by volume and volume alone. But I like Reeves to go under the PRA here. Say he doesn't have the best of games. Uh, what else? Yeah, I do agree with you with the SGA play for sure, and continue to play in that. I I mean, I just don't have anything positive to say for the Lakers right now. Maybe I got to watch Game One and get some ideas from Game One for the rest of the series, but it's just not a lot of positives on the Lakers side of ball for me that makes me want to do this. And then I just kind of get afraid of getting down on too many things because OKC can just kind of run away with this. So maybe not a prop heavy series for me, but it is kind of hard taking props outside of SGA in OKC games. Maybe Jared McCain. Maybe a nice big Jared McCain game.
I see AJ Mitchell as well. AJ Mitchell will play well.
Yeah. It's like take a dart at a dartboard and hit X OKC bench role player. Have a good game.
Yeah.
Because I think the Lakers do have a deficiency guarding the guard position. All right. Let's see here. We've got Lock, Dog, and Prop and Underdog Fantasy coming up. But first, I got to make sure that I talk to the people about Underdog. We could do our Underdog Fantasy entry right now, actually. We talked about the games. We know what we like. We might as well build it right now. So let's get into it, Lonte. Underdog Fantasy, what do we want to throw into this entry?
Yeah, I like your Reeves play. We can throw that under in there.
Okay.
Lower. We could throw. Yeah, I'm sorry. We can throw Strus higher in there. I think you'd like that as well.
I do like the Strus higher.
And if you want to just throw SGA in there, just for if you want to go PA, I don't know what you want to do, but anything SGA, I'm pretty good with.
Okay, Strus. The threes are a little juiced. I do 8.5 is spicy. I do like 8.5.
Yeah, let's go.
All right, 8.5 points, Max Strus. I'm glad you agree. Okay. And then what we said, we're gonna fade Reeves.
Yep.
Lower, 31.5 PRA.
Yeah, I like that.
And then yeah, we just hope that SGA gets his before the blowout.
Yeah. If you want to just go first quarter points, then I mean that would be I don't know if they have. Underdog should have that.
They do. That kind of makes me nervous, though.
Yeah.
I don't play around.
He's gonna play the whole first quarter. That's typically how their rotations work. But what is it? Is it like 9.5?
8.5.
Yeah, I'll be betting that personally.
8.5. We'll just do the regular. We'll keep what we normally do. Let's just do how we normally do. All right. Max Strus higher, 8.5 points. Austin Reeves lower, 31.5 PRA, and SGA higher, 31.5 points. Add that in Underdog, shake it up, and that's 6.31x. $100 gets you $631 over there at Underdog Fantasy. Make sure you use that promo code NBA SGPN. And we are also brought to you by Rhythm. Make sure you lock in with Rhythm, the data tool for the NBA playoffs. You can get in there and use Rhythm's models and let them help you cash in. Or, hey, You don't have to use Rhythm's models. You can build your own models in Rhythm and go and make your own systems and use those and be able to win big with a Rhythm. Make sure you lock in, tap in with Rhythm. 7-day free trial to tail their models and build your own. Also, if you use that promo code SGPN25 when you download the Rhythm app, you get 25% off your first month. Download Rhythm and use that promo code SGPN25. All right, lot dog prop Lonte. What are we doing?
Yeah, so for the lot, give me under 215.5. That's actually at plus money for the Detroit and Cleveland game. I think it's going to be a war similar to what we saw with Detroit, Orlando, even sometimes at times with Toronto and Cleveland. So low possession game. I like how the pace is not going to be pushed at all. Both teams are going to try to play in the half court. So love that under 215.5. For the dog, give me Rui 15 plus points at plus one. This I think it's at plus 150, if I'm not mistaken. I'll be laddering him up to 20. I think Rui has a good advantage to be able to score offensively. And for my prop, you know what? I'm gonna take Max Struess 3+3s at plus money. You can get that anywhere from like plus 115 and up. So I'm gonna take 3+3 for Max Struess at plus money. I'll find the exact price while you give yours.
All right. Lock. OKC laying 15.5. I didn't play this earlier, but very much needed. Whoa. All right. Very chalky play there to start, but I feel good about it. Next up, for my dog, let's see if we can get an alt line going here. Also kind of chalky, but it's the National Blowout Association. And I will take the Detroit Pistons to win this by 11 plus points. Don't have a price on that right now. It's got to be plus money, but I'm just going to go ahead and say the Pistons blow out the Cavs in this first game. And the defense is just too much. The Pistons wake up offensively, realize that it's not as hard as physical as a defensive series as it was the last one. And the Pistons dominate that first game. So give me the Pistons to win this by 11 plus for my dog. And my prop will be give me what do I want for a prop? Let's Kate Cunningham assists are back at 9.5 minus 103. I'll take that. I don't think that anything slows down for Kate Cunningham in this series. Honestly, I think that if anything, the Detroit offense looks a lot better with him at the helm. He gets the assists, keeps them rolling. He was really good with the assists last series, even though he was playing a much better defense. Kate Cunningham goes out there, assist happy again, very easily gets to a double double. I will take his over 9.5 assists minus 103. That's my prop. All right, Lonte, anything else for people before we get out of here?
Max Struess 3+3s plus 170.
Plus 170. All right, nice. With that, he's at XX Lonte XX on X. I'm at really real __. Make sure you give us a follow. YouTube.com/NBA Gambling Podcast. And give us a 5-star rating and review wherever you get your podcast. Like, comment, subscribe. Make sure you do all of that. With that, that is it. I have nothing else to say, nothing else to do. No other way of ending the podcast. Just going to